Yes, welcome one and all to Election Day Coverage 2004. My name is Damon Fabrio. I'll be here with you for the next hour till J Squared takes the mic, assuming he's awake. And Shaggy wants to send his apologies. Emergency situation at home. So, you got me for the next hour. What the hell's up with MSN? Okay, get rid of that window. Bear with me, folks. I normally don't do IMs. And it seems like we've already gotten a phone call here. Okay, hold on one second. We got a call here. NHB.
Hey, it's me. Thanks for taking over a little early.
Hey, it's not a problem, Shaggy. I understand.
When the wife calls, you can't exactly, tell her, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the radio right now.
Yeah, I understand.
I got the 877 done for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So you're live. So you're gonna do a 1 hour shift?
What's that?
You're gonna do a 1 hour
Yeah,
shift?
how ironic is that? 1 hour?
Alrighty, well, like I said, I
right.
appreciate you taking over a little bit early.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that much early.
Short show. Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, wow, only 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you did a good job, man.
Well, it is a lot different without co-hosts, I will tell you. Anybody that thinks this is easy to do alone, they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway, okie dokie. That's all your show, man. You have a good time.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes, you are listening to NHB Radio Election Day coverage. Bear with me 1 second, folks, while I make some quick adjustments here. There. I've been told that our show has been clipping, meaning like too distorted. So I'm going to back it down to 50% from 60%. And you all can tell me if I'm loud or not. There we go. Yes, folks, I have done what I never thought I would do. I went and voted. So, I voted, and I never thought I would, because as a blind person, it's a real pain in the ass to go and vote, So, all these people are writing in about tipping at a buffet. What the fuck's up with this? So, now I gotta fix that. Yes, folks, if you want to get in touch with us, right now, would help if I could spell. Right now, you can contact us through MSN only. Okay, MSN Messenger only at contact@nhbradio.com. That's how you can get in touch with us, or you can use the 800 number, 877-NHB-LIVE. Bear with me, folks. I am not an IM reader. So that is my other two co-hosts who are not here. But I figured it would be bad to, have an hour of automation. It would kill Jay. So, I'm all about stepping up to the plate. Greg writing in, happy Still Be Nice to Damon month. No, it is not Be Nice to Damon month anymore. Okay? It's not Be Nice to Damon anymore. Let's all just stop the bullshit. Okay? It's not Be Nice to Damon. Let's just get it. Let's just kill it. All right. So, I went out and voted. I have not voted since I think I was 19 when I first voted. I don't even remember. It wasn't a presidential election year. I think I went and did it because, well, why not? So this is the first presidential election I have ever voted in. And it was very strange. My sister got to go into the booth with me. And, it was just like run your finger down the one column because, as much as I say I'm an independent, I really began thinking about it. And everyone I've ever hated in politics was a Democrat. I didn't like Clinton. I didn't like Carter, and if my memory serves, Carter was a Democrat. I liked Reagan and Bush. I hated Clinton. I kind of liked Bush. I don't know why. I just kind of like the idea that someone came, drove 2 planes into our house, and he just went and fucked up everybody. You know, something about that just appealed to me. I don't know. You can call me an ignorant ass all you want. I really don't care. And locally in my state, governor-wise, liked the guy before Florio. Of course, I was too young to know. Hated Florio. Whitman was okay. Hate McGreevey. Fucking hate him. Hope he dies of AIDS. So, you know, I really think that maybe I am a Republican. I don't know. I don't follow it enough to know. All I know is that everyone who's ever been a Democrat, I hated. So maybe I am not independent. I don't. Maybe it's just the luck of the draw that I happen to just like the Republicans better than the Democrats. Personally, like is a very tentative word because I really don't like any of them. You know, they'll all say and do anything to get into the office, and then once they get in, once they lie to you to get in, they'll do whatever the hell they want. Because what are you going to do about it? There's no way to get them out. These people vote themselves pay raises. Could you imagine going into your job one day and be like, I want a raise. Just like that. You could vote yourself a pay raise. No, politicians are the only ones who could do that. Why? Because they have the power, and we don't have any way of stopping them, folks. That being said, I know Shaggy said, oh, your vote doesn't count. You know what? I didn't think it did either. You know, but I really, if you haven't gone out and voted yet, get the fuck out there and vote for Bush. And, you know, I mean, your vote, I mean, it's close, folks. It really is close, and it really could go any way. And if you don't vote, what right do you have to complain? You don't have any right to complain. You can't complain about the way this country's been run. You can't. You have nothing to say. You know? Chaos Razor writing in. Why can't I fucking shift? Why do I have to tab through 3 toolbars in this stupid program? Chaos Razor writing in. Most guys like Bush. Wait, are we talking about the presidential race? Sorry. Yes, we are. Yeah, why? What is up with all these fucking toolbars? Okay, Q Chicago song, You're the Meaning in My Life, You're my inspiration, I'll be nice to you, Damon. Give me a fucking break. Shut up. Be nice to Damon's over. You're all like dying to rip me. Go for it. Doesn't mean I gotta read it. All right, Saturn 9 writing in, I'm going to get out there right now and vote. Oh, wait, I'm Canadian. Never mind. No, yeah, you can't vote, but it was a nice sentiment. Yeah, so folks, I mean, this is the way it is. I mean, I'm glad to know I'm heard. I wasn't even able to sit and do the typical sound check. So thank you for all of you for letting me know I'm here. I'm heard. Let me know if I'm still too loud, too. Anyway, so there you have it, folks. I went out, I voted. You know, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. I figured there'd be lines around the block, but there wasn't. And, you know, so Mike writing in, are you live? Yeah, you're a fucking smart ass, aren't you? Anyway, so there you have it, folks. I mean, that's my whole thought process on the politics of things. You know, and if you really do the research, you know, you can't get a steady opinion on anything. You know, for every point that Kerry made, Bush had a counter, and his critics had a counter for everything Bush made. You don't know who's telling the truth. No one's telling the truth. It's all a political struggle and a power game to see who can control it for 4 years. AOL is up, but it's being screened. Oh. Thanks, Jay. At least someone's doing something around here. Yeah, so 877 NHB Live. And that's how you can contact us over the phone. Contact at nhbradio.com is the MSN messenger that I'm reading, and someone's monitoring the AOL screen name, so you can write NHB Live through AOL. True Playboy writing in. I still got to read this because it just shows you the stupidity. True Playboy writing in and says, Damon, I like being nice to you for the past month. Plus, I kind of realize you are hard to rage just by words, but it is very easy with actions. Oh, yeah? You don't really know me, boy. Just, you know, go find your pubic hair. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so there you have it, folks. Presidential election well underway. Everyone who hasn't gotten out there and voted, get your ass in a car, walk, drive, whatever you got to do. If you're over 18 and you live in the United States, cast a vote for somebody because it is your country, and you got to do it. It is your job. People died for this right, okay? And even though you don't think your vote doesn't count, at least you can turn around when the country goes to hell in a handbag. If you didn't vote for the guy who sent the country to hell in a handbag, guess what? You can turn around, wag your finger, and say, hey, I tried. If Kerry gets in and this country drops into the fucking cesspool of shit, I can turn around and say, you know what? I voted for Bush. I am not responsible. Fuck you with a hangnail. Okay? That's what I could say because I didn't vote for him. I voted for Bush. So, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I voted for Bush. I think he did a pretty damn good job. Is he perfect? No. How can people expect to turn around and have a guy who's been in office for 4 years, who's a fallible human being like the rest of us, be perfect? Has he made mistakes? Yes. Do I agree with everything he does? No. But let me tell you something. I don't trust Kerry. I don't trust him. He was endorsed by the Communist Party, guys. The Communists. Okay? Communism. Remember that? Do you guys remember what communism is? I know most of you might be too young to remember, but I don't know, in the 60s, we were on the verge of nuclear war with them, we were going to wipe each other out, So, communism, guys, it wasn't good. It collapsed in the late 80s and early 90s. It worked so well, See, it's great, True Playboy? I don't have to read your message. Okay. I can't even pronounce this guy's screen name. Why can't I read his message either? Okay, here we go. Gabriel Exposito writing in. Vote or otherwise you do not have the right to complain. I think I just said that. But thanks for reiterating. Please read on air. The other day I was talking to Kerry, and it's like talking to a tree. He's so tall, it's like... I don't even know. No Holds Barred Radio.
Yeah, I just want to... Communism, that's when, on Sunday, you get up and you walk towards the front, and they put a little cracker on your tongue and give you the drink of wine, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, thought so. Thanks.
Yeah. You know what's really scary is that I almost answered the phone the way I answered the phone at work. Anyway, let me try and read this again. He was talking to Kerry, and it's like talking to a tree. He is so tall, it's like talking to one of the tree people in Lord of the Rings. But hey, a tree is better than a bush. That maybe not. Maybe everybody shouldn't vote. All right, anyway. True Playboy thinks I love him. No, I don't. Contact at nhbradio.com is our MSN screen name. AOL, you can write in through NHB Live. 877-642-5483 is our phone number. This is Damon Fabrio, who normally is on Wednesdays from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern with Dave and Mike. Now on doing a warm-up show for J Square's electric coverage. Yeah, election coverage. So definitely stay tuned to No Holds Barred Radio. Followed, I believe, Trey Dog Hour is going on at 10 o'clock or thereabouts. So we have a full night of live material planned for you folks. So stay tuned. It's going to kick ass. We'll keep you posted, keep you updated with our own sick, twisted idea of political satire and commentary or something. So that's on tap for tonight. And if you have anything else you'd like to talk about besides the presidential election, feel free to bring it up. If I feel like talking about it, we will. So there you have it. It is it's a little after 6 on 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll be here till 7 o'clock, and Jay will be kicking it in old school, and it's going to be a good night. So, like I said, Election day coverage. I went out and voted. I'm trying to think of anything else that might have happened while I went out and cast my vote. I love these people. Oh, we got a call. I've been saved by a bell. And Jay's calling in, I think. Hello, NHB.
You're doing a tremendous job on your 1 hour show.
Thank you, man.
I just had to say that.
Thank you.
I just want to remind people, I mentioned this with Shaggy, that if you haven't voted and and the polls are open late enough where you are, give us a call on the 877 number when you from your polling place.
Yes.
We would love to hear your updates and whatever.
Yes.
So just thought I'd remind people of that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
And you know what? If you're going out to vote now, I'm here till 7. Feel free to call from your voting booth or whatnot. Just do me a favor. Try not to take too long in the voting booth. I was standing in line waiting to go in, and my sister just was helping me out. And this guy, I swear, I thought he was reading the paper in there to refresh himself with who the fucking contestants were. Contestants. It's a game show with who the candidates were. He's probably in there looking like, wait, who am I voting for again? Wait, who's this? What am I doing here? Should I just push random buttons? I don't know, Carrie, Bush, Carrie. Is that a girl's name? It's like, push 3 buttons, dick. Some of us have shit to do. Literally. I had to come back here and take a dump. I was like doing a happy, the poopy dance in fucking line. Anyway. Just ridiculous, folks. And I realize how much I fucking hate MSN 6. This is stupid. Why can't I just get to the stupid window? Oh, wait, isn't there a JAWS command for that? Saturn 9 writing in. Jay's election coverage shall consist of the following: snoring, scratching his ass, rolling over, then moaning Paul's name. Why Paul? Why would he moan Paul's name? Anyway, kids. Yeah, so I would think, I know that it's a close, I know it's a close race, and I know that there's a lot of, but, we've been hearing about this nonstop for months now. Bush, Kerry. But you ever notice, though, that the independents never get any, how many people did stories on Nader? Who the fuck is Nader? We don't know what anything Nader stands for. They won't even let him in the election, in the debates. Who ruined it all for us was, for the true independents, was Perot. Perot screwed it all up. And Perot, I really think Perot in 92, Perot had it going. And then he dropped out. The moment he dropped out and came back, he lost all credibility. You don't even hear from the guy anymore. Don't hear from him. He's done. And he screwed it up for the independents for how long now? Anyway, Gabriel writing in, want MSN 7. Yeah, just what I need now. No, don't. I'm lucky 6 works with my screen reader. So anyway, so we've been hearing about these elections for months and months and months. And in the last month, especially the last couple of weeks, that's all we've heard about. You can't get away from the shit. The campaign commercials are going crazy. How could you not know? How? You at least have to have some kind of an idea of who to vote for. You have to have some clue. How could you not know? I hope you at least know who's running. Anyway, let's see. We got a message here from, I believe this is Greg from the Annihilation Principle. Tell Jay that I will call in when I vote. Might even pop on and do a show after Trey. Yeah, why not? Let's keep it going. Because we're not going to find out tonight. You're talking about 50 states. All over the United States, we're talking about 50 states. You think we're not going to know at 11 o'clock? They got to count all these votes. Although why they haven't been doing it all day is just beyond me. Anyway, True Playboy writing in, and Nader is actually a good candidate, spelled wrong. He has my vote since he wants to legalize marijuana. That is why that's why you're 14 and not allowed to vote. Let's legalizing pot. Okay, Mike Ellis. Idiot. Yeah, that's the big issue of the fucking year. That's the big issue of the year. We're on the verge of getting our brains blown out by North Korea if we move wrong. We got terrorists looking to fucking take us out. Our economy's barely recovering. If it's recovering, you want pot legalized. You're a fucking idiot. Why don't you go play your Sega fucking Saturn and shut up? Gabriel Exposito writing in, shit, sorry, 7 is better. I don't care. Anyway, 7 might be better, but if it don't work with Jaws, it isn't better to me. J Squared writing in, God, if we stay on live until we have a winner, we'll be going longer than the telethon. Yeah, and that's not counting any possible court cases, because I'm sorry, you ever notice back in 2000, when Bush won, the Democrats made the big stink wanting legal recounts and wanting to take it to court and drag this out longer than it should have been done, But Bush just sat back, was all cool about it. I guess you would if you were the winner. Let's see what happens if Bush loses. Let's see if he actually goes running to a court and wanting a recount. Doug Lask writing in, sorry, Damon, just tuned in. When will they be announcing the winner? The polls aren't even closed yet, Doug. The polls close at 9 in this state. Isn't it electronic voting now? That tally should be good as soon as the polls close. I don't know anything about that. You would think, in the age of technology, you'd think we'd already have an idea, but, who the hell knows? Jay writing in, passing on a message from Hendrix678. You get a pretty good idea, although it's not final. What? Am I reading this right? You get a pretty good idea, although it's not final, and that's all he wrote. Okay, we got another message from Saturn9 writing in. Sorry for the obscenely late comment, but the guy in front of you in the line must have been from Florida. What's he doing up here? Okay, let's see. True Playboy writing in. I love to see what fucking truly stimulating thought is bouncing around in this pothead's brain. Yeah, since the government spends a shitload of money to put marijuana users in jail, if it was legalized, a lot of the money saved could help cure a disease like retardism, which would help you, Damon, or maybe it could help intelligence, which would help the terrorism issue. Okay, why don't you learn how to write a fucking complete sentence, you idiot? Don't make me block you, really. Don't make me fucking block you, because I will. Greg writing in, no, Damon, they aren't tallying the individual votes. The electoral vote are first. That's like all your base are belong to us. As long as it's not too close, we may have a winner by midnight Pacific time. That's 3 in the morning my time, and I gotta work, so I guess I'll find out tomorrow when I wake up. I'm nervous, folks. I'm really afraid of Kerry getting in. I just have this gut feeling. J Squared saying, Hendrix678, all the recounts said Gore won. The Supreme Court made Bush the prez, not America. Yeah, well, I got news for you, folks. If Gore would have won, more buildings would have fallen. Mr. Wooden Personality. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys can't prove anything to me otherwise. All right, so let's even assume for one moment that there was some tomfoolery with the 2000 election. Can we really prove it? How can we prove that? How do we know? Where are you getting your source from? A Democratic side? A Republican side? There's no such thing as impartial anymore, folks. There isn't. Okay? Fox News, I'm sorry. My dad loves Fox News. It's conservative as hell. CNN, C-SPAN, all them, liberal as hell. There is no truly unbiased media source. You can't be. How could you seriously put your political views aside? You can't. There's no way for a human being to be unbiased. They try. But you could, if you listen carefully and you read between the lines, the bias is there. I'm sorry, folks. I am a student of the media. I have a bachelor's degree in broadcasting. I know what I'm talking about. You want to argue with me? Get a bachelor's degree and prove me wrong. Saturn9 writing in. He got lost on his way to the poll. The road signs weren't clear enough. Good try. Anyway, Doug writing in. Doug Lask writing in. Kerry deserves to win. Bush has been bullshitting underneath his daddy's wing for too long. Why? All right. Based on what? He's been bullshitting under his daddy's wing, and so Kerry just deserves to win. What has Kerry done that made him deserve to win anything? The guy waffled like crazy, okay? Guy can't make up his mind, for he was against the war. Then it comes out he voted for it. You're right there, you got to start thinking to yourself, okay, what the hell's going on here? you know? Now, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have the time, the desire, the patience, or the energy to research this shit out, okay? Maybe I am talking out of my ass. I don't know. I don't care. I'm the host of this show. You know? You guys can debate me all you want. I'll give my opinion, as uninformed as you might think it is. But, look, this is just the facts, okay? Whatever happens, we have no idea. We cannot predict the future. For all we know, maybe Kerry will get in and maybe he'll do a good job. Maybe Bush will get in and maybe he'll do a good job. Maybe none of them will do a good job. Maybe we are fucked no matter what. Maybe that is just the case, folks. You know what I personally think? We need another party. The Republicans, the Democrats, they suck. No one takes the independents seriously. The Libertarians, the fucking Green Party. Nobody takes this shit seriously. It doesn't work. Nobody takes the independents seriously. The Democrats and the Republicans are fucking, their heads are up their own ass and in it for themselves. Okay, folks, guess what? You can sit here and tout Kerry. You can sit here and tout Bush. You know what? It doesn't matter. Because right now they're all in say what we got to say to get elected. And one's going to say the exact opposite of the other to capture the votes of the people who do not like candidate number one. You want to know what's going to happen when they get in? Everything you've been hearing up till now will be out the fucking window. It won't matter. And they'll forget they said it. I'm telling you. Mark my fucking words, guys. I've been around for 30 years. People who've been around longer than me should know this as well. They're full of shit. Full of it. Okay? They're full of it. Trust me. They're going to turn it all around. Okay? They're going to, like, if Bush gets in, it'll be business as usual. And everyone knows it. If Kerry gets in, God only knows what the fuck Kerry's going to do. You're going based on Kerry's fucking promises during a campaign? You actually believe what this guy says? Really? He's trying to overthrow the incumbent. He will say anything. He will do anything. Come on, guys. Use your heads. Please think. I know that there's some intelligence in this world somewhere. It might not be on this station, but there's got to be something. Jay Holt writing in, you of Florida hand-counted the 2,000 ballots. Gore won by 3 votes based on a strict count of clearly marked ballots. I guess he's directing that to the guy who thinks he knows. Sino C writing in. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. J Squared. For some reason, J Squared writing in a message from Smoking Fish Bread. I thought this was supposed to be unbiased election coverage. When did we say it was going to be unbiased election coverage? And J Squared writing in Acid Eater 06. Yeah, and they're all rich son of a bitches. Yeah, that's right. They're all rich. Where do you think people come up with the money to run for any kind of office? You think we can do it? Yeah, the $3,000 we earned during the telethon is going to take us far. J Squared writing, Sino C writing in, we're fucked. I think we all can agree with that. Yeah, we're all fucked. It's a matter of who is going to fuck you softer. Okay? And I'm sorry, folks. I'd rather deal with someone who's been in here, because you at least know where he stands. Okay? He might not be the best, but I don't think he's done all that bad. You know? I don't think he's done all that bad. And at least you know where he's coming from. Kerry, like I said, will say anything. He will do anything. He wants in. He wants the power and the glory. And if it was the other way around, I'd say the same thing. They will say anything. They want in. They want the power. They want the prestige. Because who talks about Gore now? Think about it. 4 years ago, Gore was just right up there with Bush. 4 months later, who talked about Gore? Who talked about Gore? Who the fuck is Al Gore? Gore's not even an issue anymore. It's all about the power. And it's human nature to want that power. Doug Lask writing in, vote Jack my balls for president. All right. Anyway. More messages coming in. I can't answer that because that person doesn't know I'm on the air. And Andrew C. Writing in, Bush did a bad job of presidency, so who's to say change is a bad idea? Okay, why? Why did he do a bad job? Because he sent people who volunteered to go into the service to war? Yeah, these people volunteered, guys. They volunteered. They signed on the dotted line. This isn't Vietnam where you turned 18 and you checked your email every day and went, oh, shit, I got drafted into a war. These people signed up, folks. They knew what they were getting into. They knew when they signed. Some of these people signed up after 9/11, okay? They signed up after 9/11 for the sole purpose of what? Going and kicking some Arab ass. Okay? And how do you know? Andrew C. Bush did such a horrible job. Okay, political science major with a degree who knows exactly what's going on in our government. Come on, use your head. Let's see. Oi the Drama writes in, hey, this is Benji the Skinhead from California, one of the only listeners of voting age, and I voted Bush. All right, at least he voted. I think he did a good thing. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I do not have to be CNN or Fox News. I can state my opinion. Andrew C., if Kerry says what the people want just to get in, what do you think his opinion is going to be if he does get in? Oh, it'll change. There's two agendas of any politician. The agenda that they're going to give to the people so that they can get the votes, and the real agenda that once they get in, they're going to shove down our throats because we don't have any recourse after that. Because we're quickly becoming a communist country. Folks, we are. We are quickly becoming a communist country. We already have, in most places, barely the right to carry a gun or to have a gun. Our freedom of speech has been taken away. Smokers can only smoke in a 2 by 2 centimeter square foot of a fucking yard somewhere, you know. But this is the land of the free. Saturn 9 writing in, isn't Bush going to do the same things as Kerry? Oh, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Personally, I think Kerry is going to do the exact same things Bush would have done, but he's saying he's going to do the exact opposite things because the people who hate Bush will vote for him. Why would the person running against the president agree with the president, guys? Why would he agree with the president, the man he's running against? Why? Someone tell me that. I'm running out of breath. When does this show end? Oh my God, I got 25 minutes. Boo the Sponge. Oh, Bob the Sponge, 69, writing in. Voted Kerry. Well, you would. And let's see. Acid Eater 06 writing in. They were supposed to stay for so many months, and now they're staying longer. But I understand. Either way, we're getting fucked. Yeah. I look, who knows, guys? You know, it's very much possible that we went in there thinking it was going to be one way, and circumstances change, things change, and we have to adjust our plans. That is the way things are. You guys, you know, a lot of the people my age, you know, and younger, guys, we never were in a war. Vietnam, okay, is the last major war. Don't even sit here and turn around and say, oh, we had the Persian Gulf conflict in 91. That wasn't a war. That was that was like fucking scrimmage football. Okay? You ever watch preseason football? That was the Persian Gulf War. You ever watch exhibition baseball? That was the Persian Gulf War, folks. That was not a war. That was a conflict. And it was barely that. Iraqis were running out to surrender. You know? Anyway, so we have not had a war, guys. World War II, distant memory. We weren't even sperms in our dad's ball sacks. In fact, some of you weren't even your dads weren't sperms in their dad's ball sacks. Okay? War sucks, guys. I was raised by a veteran of a war. Okay? He can tell you what war is about. He fought in one. Okay? It sucks. It blows. If you're going to fucking base war on what you see in a movie, no, it doesn't work. The only movie, according to my dad, that might have come close is Saving Private Ryan. Okay? Sorry. You guys don't know what war's about. You're going to sit here and say whether we need to be in a war or whether we don't need to be in a war. You know what? War sucks. There's casualties of war, okay? That's what happens in a war. Should there be wars? No. In an ideal world, there should not be a war. But you know what? We're dealing with barbarians, okay? These people, they gas their own people. They send their own people to die. They train these people to get in planes, fly them into buildings, and kill themselves. You think diplomacy is going to work on these people? What are you, dumb? Are you idiots? Do you understand what you're talking about? Yes, let's go and negotiate with people who raise their children to fly planes into buildings. Andrew C. writing in. No, you are becoming a dictatorship. You've got communism all wrong. We're becoming a dictatorship. To who? The world? Why do we want to take over the world? It's more shit we got to deal with from other people. You want my honest personal opinion? We should have pulled out of everything. We should have pulled out of Europe. We should have pulled out of the Middle East. We should pull out of everything. Let this world stand or fall on its own. We've been giving money to everybody. We give money to everybody. All these other countries that we give money to, they're like fucking kids. They don't know how to live on their own. They run us and put their hands out. And we, as these so-called humanitarians, fucking give them money while homeless people in our own fucking backyard die of AIDS and fucking starve to death. But you know what? That's what our government does. Can I do anything about it? No. We're in a situation now where we don't got a fucking choice, do we? What are we going to do? Pull out of Iraq? And all these people, let's not even get into the whole, they said there was weapons of mass destruction, and there aren't any. They're in Syria, guys. You think these countries aren't in cahoots together? Give me a fucking break. They moved the weapons to Syria. Okay? They're in fucking Syria. You want to know why we didn't find them? Because fucking assholes decided that diplomacy was going to work and gave Saddam Hussein the time to move these weapons out of the country. Oh, of course we're not going to find them now. They're distributed all over the Middle East. We lost the advantage. All because you all wanted diplomacy. And someone please go drop a nuke on France. I just wanted to say that. Someone just go drop a nuke on France. Level that fucking country. They'll surrender. Don't worry about it. They're not going to fight back. They'll surrender. They were supposed to stay for some... Oh, okay. I read this one already. Oh, we got a call coming in here. NHP.
Yo, I just have to tell you that I agree with everything you're saying.
Thank you. Who are you?
Acid eater. I'm Karen.
Oh, you're Karen?
Yes.
Oh, it's good to know someone thinks I make sense, because I think I'm just rambling like an insane lunatic.
Yo, this shit's like, I don't know. Just all this, I don't know. I think that, especially the part that you said about, like, we hand out money to the rest of the world, but we let people in their own fucking country die, shit like that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Give a fuck.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't believe that we should be, nobody wants to go to war, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go to war, but you know what? We're in one now, so I guess we just got to deal with it. And we really didn't have a choice. But ideally, I think we should just pull all our foreign aid and let everybody stand and fall on their own. You want us out? Fine, we'll leave. No money, no nothing.
Like, we're being fought against, and the only thing that makes sense to these people is to kill us off because, like, we're the evil Americans. Like, what the fuck? And a country can only have freedom if it wants it.
Right. Hey, they don't want to be free. If they don't want to be free and they want to be oppressed and killed and slaughtered for whatever fucking whim of a dictator who's out of his goddamn mind, fine, let them all die. Let them all. Natural selection. Okay?
I mean, nobody fucking helped the United States when we wanted to become a state or whatever, a country.
Right.
We did it on our own because, like, our forefathers or whatever the fuck you call that shit, they wanted their freedom.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, I got to run. Thanks.
What?
I got to run.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, Gonk Raider, Jack Meoffer is the clear choice for president. Okay. J Squared writing in, sending along a message from Lethan Islist. If Kerry is elected, we will become communists, no doubt. Well, he was endorsed by the Communist Party, guys. Acid Eater writing in, what the fuck? What about the Patriot Act? Speaking of fucking communism. Why the fuck does the government need to know what library books I fucking check out? All right, now you're just being stupid, okay? Please read up on what you're actually fucking talking about, okay? The Flash Oracle writing in, the Persian Gulf War was a way to test out our new weapons. Yeah, we were beta testing on them. That was our beta test program. That is how the military beta tests weapons. J Squared writing in, coming in, oi, the drama. I love listening to you talking politics. It's so funny. You are very reminiscent of the late Wally George. Okay, was he in a mental hospital? I don't know who that is. Smoking fish bread. As a so-called professional media operator, you are supposed to offer unbiased opinion. Yes, you are allowed to voice your opinion, but it's unfair. You know what? But it's unfair to shout down others when they are trying to express theirs. Be fair, man. No, it's my show, my station, my network. I fucking format this show. You listen to it. You accept my opinion or die. I had a rough day at work, folks, so fuck you all. I don't give a shit. What the fuck does this say? What about all that shit about no paper trail at the electronic polls? I don't know. What, do you think I know everything? Andrew C. writing in, Iraq wasn't training the terrorists, so someone was. The states The state gives money out to everyone, so that was one way or another. What? The state gives money out to everyone so that in one way or another it can get money back. Not quite. Finally we agree on something. Nuke France. They're useless to everyone. Okay, I can respect Andrew C. for that much. Is there anyone who likes France? Besides the French? Jester's writing in. Thank you, Damon. Let it all out. Go. What am I, Inspector Gadget? Go, Gadget opinion? Go, Gadget insanity, radical, fucking politically ignorant fuck. Oh, speaking of politically ignorant, True Playboy writing in, I think that presidents are just like English monarchs. They are basically just for show. No, I don't think that's quite right. Although if you're a conspiracy theorist, maybe you think that way. I don't have an opinion. And then he agrees with me completely on the France thing. All right, that's fine. Go Dictator Damon. I'm not a dictator because, well, maybe of the network, if you actually believe in that. I mean, give me a fucking break. I'm the dictator of a network, an internet radio network with 100 some odd listeners. Andrew C. again writing in, not even Quebec likes France. Wow. And aren't you people, that's the French-speaking side. I mean, Jesus. Doug Glask writing in, Bush is making the U.S. a military-controlled state. Glad I live in Canada. No redneck dictators here. Oh, give me a fucking break, Doug. Yeah, we're such a redneck-controlled state. You know, I mean, a country that, you know, I mean, there's military marching up my fucking block. Can't you hear it? Who's on the phone? I'd hit on her, but I don't think they allow steel bats through customs. I don't know who it was. I have no idea. Go Power Rangers? No. Okay, I'm getting inundated, folks, so I'm just reading. Okay. Fat ST3R. Okay. Do you guys do this every 4 years, or is this just a one-off? No, this is every 4 years we elect a new president of the United States. Every 4 years. So we'll be doing this again in 2008, if we live that long. Chaos Razor writing in. Like I said on PTR, no matter what you always vote on, a giant douche or a turd sandwich. Oh, I see what he's saying. That's what we're getting. It's who's the douche and who's the turd sandwich? I don't know. I mean, because at least the douche cleans you out. I guess the turd sandwich, I don't know. Smoking fish bread. Natural selection. Why you shared their opinions, have even voted, or are planning on voting. What the can you learn to spell, you dumbass? Oi, the drama writes in. Our country is inventing so-called killer diseases like AIDS to wipe out anyone they don't like. Yeah, that's real natural. Oh, all right. So you're of the what's his face camp. Yeah, we invented AIDS. Okay. All right. If you want to buy that. The Flash Oracle, Wally George was a fanatical conservative. I'd say that was an insult. Okay, good. See, the funny thing is you people can think whatever the fuck you like. Visti L6858. Way to go. Way to go, Damon. Finally someone on the internet that uses common sense. Well, not everyone's agreeing with you, man. Gonk Raider, don't forget, Bin Laden also endorsed Kerry, so I guess we'll all become towel heads as well. Are you serious? Bin Laden endorsed Kerry? Well, okay. That's another... hey, now, that being said, we're all fucked. If Bin Laden, the man who took credit for bringing down the World Trade Center and killing 3,000 people... Oh, my God. You guys... Rico MD, this is the way I look at it. Bush wins, my fiance dies. She's in boot camp right now, and I really don't feel like seeing her go to Iraq. And you really think Kerry won't send her to Iraq? You really don't have a clue, Rico. You don't know. You don't know that Kerry is not going to send her to Iraq or not. You don't know. You really can't say with certainty. You're going based on what someone says in an election year to get elected. You're gonna actually sit here and say that to me with a straight face. Greg writing in, they need to change the name of Euro Disney to Don't Forget We Saved Your Ass in 2 World Wars land. Yeah. Okay, continuing on reading your messages. Boy, I asked for this, didn't I? I can't even pronounce this human being's name. But whoever it is writes in, well, I live in Canada, and I heard some crap about no paper trails at the electronic polls causing some controversy with the counts. So, eat a dick or whatever. I still don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care. You haven't proved anything to me. So there's no paper trail. And there's people screwing with the counts. Okay, prove it. Prove it. I want some real truth. You heard. Where'd you hear it from? Okay, we got a call coming in. Hello, No Holds Barred Radio.
Hey, this is Rocky.
Rocky, what's up?
Hey, what's up? About the whole Osama bin Laden carry thing.
Yeah?
To my understanding, and I watch less news than you do, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I was watching a little today, and apparently there was some program on Fox where some guy, it's a more laid-back show, apparently, so they joke around more.
Uh-huh.
And, the guy just joked because Osama bin Laden came out against Bush.
Yeah.
He came out against Bush, but not necessarily for Kerry. So now, all the people on the Bush, on the Kerry side are just going crazy. How dare you say, he's endorsing Osama bin Laden or Osama's endorsing him?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's one of those stupid miscommunications.
And that's exactly my point. I mean, you can turn around and say, well, you know what? They jumped on a joke, and in an election year, you remember, the incumbent's got to save his job. They're going to say anything. They'll twist anything. They'll say anything. Okay?
Yeah, I mean...
And I'm sure Bush has done it, too. I'm not going to... You can sit here and call him... Everybody out in the listening audience can sit here, oh, you conservative fascist. You fucking this and that. I don't like any of them. I personally think Bush will do a better job. Doesn't mean I like him.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's why I didn't vote today.
Yeah. All right, Rocky, thanks.
Let's go, man.
All right, man. All right. I think he'll do a better... I think Bush will do a better job than Kerry. That doesn't mean he's good. True Playboy writing in, Damon should be vice president, but Sloan should be president. Kissing my ass won't help you. I should be president. I believe AIDS came from Africa in the 40s. I would like to know how America controlled that. Well, True Playboy, finally something I can actually comment on. We get blamed for everything. Okay? Everyone expects us to help them out, but we get blamed for everything. We're getting blamed for all these other countries who are freaking out. Get the United States out because they're going to turn on us. Yeah, it's all our fault. It's all our fault? Yeah, okay, fine. How about this? One day we're going to get sick of all these other countries throwing their fucking shit around when they have nothing to back themselves up with. We're going to pull out and you're all going to suck my ass. Phone call coming in. Hello, NHP.
Hey, yo.
Yo.
What's going on, peoples?
No, not much. There's only one person here.
Oh, well, what's going on, person?
I'm filling in because Shaggy got off at 6. Jay starts in 10 minutes, so I figured why have an hour of the shit you heard a billion times when you can listen to me go on like a fucking politically ignorant prick?
Oh, well, I was calling you with some good news, but it's not radio news. So
okay.
I'll talk to you after the show, but it's gonna blow your mind.
I'll be off at 7.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All
Well,
right. Hey,
you
GF.
guys, what?
Don't forget to tune in at 7 o'clock for Jay Squared's continuation of our NHB Election 2004 coverage.
Oh, I was gonna promote that too.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
I
right.
will be there,
Yes.
and you should too.
I will.
Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying, we get blamed for everything, folks. We're getting blamed for terrorism now. When terrorism's been around since at least the 70s, but nobody gave a shit about it then. We decided we're going to get a little proactive because a few fucking towelhead dotheads drove planes into our buildings and killed 3,000 people, and now everything is our fault. Maybe we should have stayed out of it. And then when they started attacking all the other countries that didn't go along with their Muslim fanatical views, we would have been blamed for that too because we didn't get involved. Rico MD writing in also, Bush's administration is reactivating the draft. They lied about it. And Rico, do you really think for one fucking minute Kerry won't? Kerry plans on adding troops. What did my dad tell me? 4,000 troops or 40,000 troops? How are you going to add troops to a volunteer army, Rico? How? It's a volunteer basis right now. How are you going to add troops? Oh, let's see. I don't know. Let me think. You draft them! Come on, Rico. Please, open your brain. Smoking smoking crackhead. America is so far up its own ass, it's forgotten what's real. Have fun, losers. It's all made up bullshit anyway. Okay, and please present me with your facts. Because you don't know. Didn't we bail your country out of a war too? Gonk Raider, well, from what I've heard on Opie and Anthony, apparently a secret tape recently came out stating that Captain 812 would spare states which go for Kerry. Who's Captain 812? You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I love Opie and Anthony, but I don't know if I agree with their political views. Of course, what the fuck do I know? Doug Lask writing in, for those of you who are not sure of who to vote for, here's a tip. Masturbate vigorously into a jar of Reese's Pieces. It helps. I haven't tried that yet. I don't have any Reese's Pieces either. Chaos Razor writing in, the USA should pull all funding to the world and invest in a nuclear shelter for World War III. Maybe. Of course, if we pulled all funding to the world, no, because then they'll bomb us because we're not helping them. We're fucked no matter what we do, guys. We're the number one country in the world. We're the most free. We have the most money, the most power. And, we try to help out. We try to do what we feel is right and what's good. And maybe in some senses we do things that'll benefit us because, your country would too. You guys who aren't in the U.S., don't tell me your country isn't doing shit to benefit them. I mean, give me a fucking break. You're dumb if you actually believe that. Fat ST3R writing in, USA should just take over the world. Then there wouldn't be any wars or any other thing. No, that's not true. I don't think we should take over the world. Although we are already taking care of half of it as it is. Andrew C. writing in, at least the 70s, terrorism has always been around. Remember burning and pillaging of the Vikings? That sounded like forms of terrorism to me. I'm saying, I think that's isn't that when they coined the phrase terrorism? And folks, I got news for you. Most terrorists talk shit to scare you. They live off the media attention and the fear, okay? Saturn 9 writing in, as for jacking off into a jar of stuff, all I have to say is don't use the peanut butter. I don't want to know. True Playboy writing in, and folks, I got news for you. I got about 5 minutes, so, I might not get to every one of these here because I'm going to be signing off to make way for Jay Squared, who's coming on at 7 to take over where I left off, who will probably give his support for Kerry. Let's see. True Playboy. Also, people say that Bush will bring back the draft, but he alone does not have the power to do that. It would be halfway the Congress's fault if the draft was brought back. That might be true, too. But don't think Kerry won't. That's not cool. I'm eating a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup right now. Yeah, that is kind of nasty. Okay. Folks, I have no idea if you like me or hate me at this point. You don't have to agree with my political views, but you know what? In the end, it just, we don't know. We don't know. You're guessing. You're shooting in the dark. You pick the people who you think is going to do the best. And you know what? Even the people who voted for Kerry, I still commend you for getting out there and casting your vote, even though I don't agree with it. I still commend you for going out there and casting your vote and standing up for what you believe in. And if Kerry wins, I really do hope, for the sake of this country, for the sake of the generations to come, I really do hope that man is telling the truth. If he is telling the truth, I really do hope that, because I just don't get that feeling from him. And I'm worried about, not just for me, not just for all of you out there. I got 4 nieces coming up, and a nephew, and any children coming up from my family in the future. And God forbid if I spring forth children, you should be worried about this for your own children, And to all you people outside of this country who criticize us, I mean, hey, you are entitled to your opinion, but you don't live here. You don't know, okay? Just remember something. I'm sure we're sending you money too. It's 6:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fuck you, dogga. You're listening to the No Holds Barred Radio Network. My name is Damon Fabra. I want to thank you for spending an hour of your time with me. And coming up, the man, the myth, the legend who's actually awake, Jay Squared. With a special edition of Jay Squared Live, he's going to continue our Election Day coverage, 2004. And coming up, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, the No Holds Bar radio show. I will be back with Dave and Mike, the 8-man. Woo. Followed immediately by the Annihilation Principle with Love's Eating Muff, a.k.a. Greg. Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, The Devil's Advocate with John and Liz. Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, The Goddamn Show at Sloan. Saturday at 6 p.m. if he can survive the week and get his computer working, the return of Rice-A-Roni University. Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, fuck you, dogga, The Dune and Bob Show with Dune and Bob. Followed immediately by Bitchfest Radio at 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or something. With Kevin Reeves, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, is PTR Radio. Don't forget, coming up at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight, if I believe they're going on at 10, Trey Dog Hour with Trey Dog and a bunch of hot women who won't fuck me. But then again, who will? Once again, folks, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Appreciate your opinions. Remember, the views of Damon Fabrile do not necessarily reflect the rest of the staff of the NHB Radio Network. And they may not necessarily share my opinions, but they should. Go to our website at www.nhbradio.com. Check out our forums. Sign up for the mailing list. If we run a webcam, it's up there somewhere. We got a chat room. We got a Ventrilo server. We got all sorts of shit. And soon, we will have a store where you can buy shit. And I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with a brain damaged Jew and an 8-man. Stay tuned for the man continuing Election Day coverage 2004, J Squared. I will see you all tomorrow. God bless America.